In this episode, I talked to two very different first-time voters to find out why they're heading to the polls this time around. Dorothy is 51 and Kevin is 23, but both share one thing in common. They run their own business. Dorothy, you are 51 this year. So let me start by asking you, why haven't you voted in the past?
In my opinion, it's like it doesn't make any difference whether you vote or you don't vote, because there don't seem to be much impact. Like you have to vote, like somebody's ever, like just want to know what you have decided, what you decide, what do you feel from your view, and it's like nobody cares whether you vote, you don't vote is okay. So I feel around my family, my friends and all, they always have something negative to say. They say, oh, just vote for the government. My mom's always government, my dad's always for government. Just vote for government, done with it. And then when something like these issues raise up, and there's nothing they can do about it, they are like helpless. So I decided that my vote will not make any difference.
But then what's changed? You're voting this year for the first time.
Because I find that there must be a voice. Because if you vote, you have a legal right. You have a legal right to voice out your, because they will just ask you the first question, are you a voter? Do you vote? So I thought I'm going to make a change now. And I was like something like hidden for a long time. And then suddenly I come out like the Chinese Prime Minister. They're wondering, where did this guy come from? No, everybody, the whole world is wondering, who's this guy? So I'm definitely going to make a change after I vote, because there must be some check and balance. So I feel that by me just voting now, I will actually have a right to go to, somewhere to ask, why is this happening? Why didn't you all change it? What made you all do this? So I feel that I have a voice now, so I have to start somewhere. So I want to be a legal voter so that I can actually address these problems.
Alright, now Kevin, you are also a first-time voter, of course, because you're not 21. You were not 21 in 2008. So why do you feel you voting now will make a difference?
Our generation plays an important role in deciding the future of the country. And a lot of, we have more and more first-time voters who are coming from my generation. As the future of Malaysia, we need to make our voice louder for our government or for the politicians in our country to listen to us.
I've met actually in the course of my work here interviewing first-time voters and things, I found that actually quite a number that I found in the streets. I don't know if it's a representative sample, but many of them have not even registered to vote. So do you feel that you speak for maybe the generation of Malaysians who went abroad to study and are now back?
There's a selection bias here. And interesting enough, just last week I spoke to a couple of my friends, and you're right about that. Like a lot of them haven't actually registered to vote. And I don't know what's the reason behind that. Maybe it's because of them wanting to distance themselves away from politics, because they don't see the point of getting involved in politics when change is something that is so unreachable to these people, And I think it reflects a bit on sorry, I didn't get your name.
Dorothy.
Dorothy, sorry. Reflects on what Dorothy's in the past, the sentiments about politics as well. And it's reoccurring in our current generation, which I don't know why, but maybe it's because, like the point I mentioned, they want to distance themselves away from politics.
Because they don't see politics as a way for change?
Correct. But I see the role of some of us, the more informed members of citizens of Malaysia, to put in an effort to get people to register and vote as well. I've done that, and it's not about voting for the opposition, voting out the government, but it's about actually being a responsible citizen.
Dorothy, Kevin is talking about how he represents a certain sample in his generation. Do you feel that people in your age group are also kind of waking up? Or are you kind of different from your friends?
I'm kind of different because all those age groups that I know, even younger and older, they have been voting. But they always seem to be like, what should I say? They're not very happy with situation because they can't do anything about it. And there's no transparency. See, if we just compare our administration with Obama, I mean, just an example. I mean, we can't, because I used to watch a lot of CNN. There's a lot of transparency to a certain level. You know, you need to explain yourself why you need to be a prime minister, why you need to be a president. If you are wrong, they check you. If you go somewhere, you know, you fall short of something, they will just check on you. You know. But here I find that everything is like swept under the carpet. And there's no voice. Everybody just seems to be speaking behind. They gossip, they criticize, they pull the leadership down, you know, they shame the government. But all this is coming to zero. Nothing is happening. So people who have this kind of behavioral patterns, like, I'm the leader, I can do whatever I like, you can say what you like, I'll say go on. I'll still win the next election, I'll still win the election, you see what I do. So when I see all these things, it's like, I feel feel a bit discouraged. So much so there's a very slight, a very subtle anger. A very subtle anger that says that something is not right. So where do we start? So how do we go about? So everybody gets into this mode. I'm sure a lot of Malaysians will agree with me. All they do is talk. So this has to change lah. Because like Kim is very young. So his generation is coming up. So we have to have a platform that they can follow, they can walk, something that is stable. We need a good leadership who is very stable. Responsibility, accountability is very important. And you must have integrity with that.
Would either of you say you're an undecided voter, or have you kind of made your decision?
I've made my decision.
I would say I'm undecided because I'd like to give the government the benefit of the doubt. I mean, you have to acknowledge that in some form there are many forms of changes that the government, positive changes that have been brought in by the government. And these things cannot be ignored. If in the coming weeks, coming months, you have something to prove to me as a voter before I make up my mind, then it's really their last opportunity.
For you, Dorothy, how did you go about choosing who you vote for?
I actually don't judge their motives, but I judge their fruits. To a certain extent, the government has done. I would not say they have not done anything. And at the same time, the opposition is also trying to come in and say that they are better. But after said and done all, after we are talking, after everybody done, they give out reports and all that, why is there so much of injustice? Why isn't justice done? That's all is my question.
So justice is a key factor.
Yeah, the key factor. For example, what project? That Lina's project, right? Okay. They don't have a license to operate, but they still went on. I think according to the IAEA something, they actually lack 11 requirements. They haven't. So this is very important because human is at stake. Because the environment is not healthy. So why are they not addressing this issue? And it's not a small thing, it's a big thing. So do they love money more, or do they actually really take care of the rakyat? I want to know. So it's not for me, it's for the future generation, their children. So if we don't put things right, I mean, we are born in the world to enjoy life, to have a good quality life. So why keep changing? Even if you change things, you must be according to procedure. You have the regulation here. You must follow something. There's a law to follow, right? So you don't have law, you mean you can do anything you like. So that is, I do not agree to that.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Kevin. And thank all of you for watching.